In the day and age of side hustles, I think people have passive income a little twisted, the definition, because if you're having to get up and work it like it's a 9 to 5, is it truly passive income? I have two sisters in the real estate industry. My friends in real estate joining me this evening to talk about a summit that they have coming up, very timely event on June 19th, to talk about multifamily commercial real estate, how you can build wealth, create a legacy, and truly create that passive income. So welcome, Flo and Latrice. How are you guys doing? You ladies doing?
Thank you. Doing great.
Mhm.
Oh,
Thank you for having us.
thank you for being on, and thank you for the event that's coming up. When I saw your flyer pop up on Facebook, I just knew it was a great opportunity to have you on, talk about the event, why people should attend, but most importantly, why did you feel the need to create such a powerful summit?
Well, I'm so excited about this event because I remember we got to give Tasha Bell Lopez a real shout out. So, Tasha and I were supposed to be attending this multifamily kind of like real estate investing event several months back, and she made it and I didn't. So, we kind of have interest in scaling our real estate investing portfolios, instead of going after several single family homes, but owning duplexes, triplexes, those types of things helps you get to your goal of wealth quicker. And she said to me, I was like, give me the rundown because I missed it, and she was like, we know that free workshop of 2 hours leads to paying for a bigger workshop of 3 days and whatnot. And she's like, oh, instead of us doing that, why don't we just create our own? Make our own, And I thought, I like that. Let's do it, And how can we bring this information to our community? Because in that conversation, her point was the entire room was predominantly white, right? Mm-hmm. And so you're going into a space where people don't look like you, and you're kind of trying to navigate building your portfolio in that realm, not feeling confident with the steps that you're taking. Can you rely on their trusted advice? Right. And so that really is what inspired this event.
Love it. Well, let's back up a little bit. I met and I have worked with the two of you through the Triangle Wealthy Group, which is a local affiliate of the Wealthy Group out of Atlanta, but is powered by EXP. And what attracted me to the group really is just your passion and what you're driven to do. So that really speaks to how you run your business. So take a minute, let's back up, introduce yourselves first so people know who in the world we're actually talking to.
Go ahead, Flo, since you're already talking.
So my name is Flo Jacques, and I didn't even put it here on my title here, but my firm is The Flo Estates, brokered by EXP Realty, and I have been in the real estate game just now a little over 3 years. Time is just flying because I still feel like a baby, but now I'm a toddler. So.
But you do not act like a toddler, sis, at all. You are making it happen and doing that since day one. So you are that type of toddler, I guess, that learned how to walk really early, and you've been talking since you were born. So as we say in the corporate world, we're going to popcorn it over to Latrice.
So my name is Latrice McFadden. I have been in this real estate industry, out in these real estate streets since 1997. I will let everybody do the math. Actually, I would have started my real estate class about a week and a half, 2 weeks from now in 1997, because I got married June 7th. I'll be celebrating my 28th anniversary this Saturday, and then went on my honeymoon and came back and jumped right into my real estate class. So wow, this has been a long time, but I just really have a passion for helping first-time home buyers, but now in knowing that real estate is the foundation for building generational wealth, it has to go beyond, like Flo was saying, these one stop, you have your single family home. There's a lot of risk in investing in anything, but I feel like multifamily gives you a different perspective and maybe helps to reduce some of the risk if you have a multifamily opportunity. So,
but And I want to do something too. I kind of want to set the stage because even I have had that thought. And there are people out there that are thinking, okay, you're talking about real investing in real estate. I can't do that. Where's the money coming from? This isn't something for me. And Flo, I lift you up a lot because I met you fresh out of college and you blew my mind even then because you're reaching out to me. I want to buy a property. And you've gone from graduating, buying a property months after graduating from college to investing. So, talk about your journey. And then after that, I would love for y'all to dig into what can people expect at this summit.
Yeah, well, I love and appreciate you, LaRonda. I mean, I loved that Marquise, my college advisor. Like, this is just a world that just became my family that I did not even expect. And even then, he was gone. He left me at UNC Asheville, went to James Madison, and we still stayed in touch. But yes, I remember that experience. And honestly, this is where, and I know both of you guys can speak to this. When God is calling you into an experience, a journey, everything just kind of flows, right? Because I remember my senior year of college, I knew that whatever life experiences I've had, I've saved money, spent money, but saved money. And I knew that my heart was like, I want to buy a house. I have 15K in my savings. I wonder if I could buy a house. Like, literally, nobody told me anything. I just had the thought and desire, and so I didn't exactly know what to expect. I just knew that that is exactly where I was headed. And I think having people like you, LaRonda, who served as my realtor and supported me through the process as a novice baby trying to buy a home, connecting me with the down payment assistance programs, all those types of things, that just kind of like propelled me to where I am now, now in the real estate game and building the portfolio and investing and more, and honestly, where we are today with trying to put this event together is continuing that journey of how can we share this with our community, people who are in their 20s like me, people who are just coming out of college, letting them know, like, hey, here are the resources, here are the possibilities. This is where it starts. It starts with what you did for me. And it's now us, it's me now in the game of also educating other people, like, hey, you can do this too. There's no time limit, age limit. If finances are a thing, here are some programs, here are some opportunities to make it happen.
Love it. Love it. All right. So I got June 7th. Early bird tickets end on June 7th, and it is June 5th. So you have 2 days to get in on the early bird pricing. So talk about who's going to be there, what they're bringing, how you guys are bringing the fire to this event.
Wow. So we have a jam-packed all-star cast that's going to be there on the 19th. And so we have James Montague. If you haven't heard of him, just Google his name. He will come up. He's the CEO. He's of F7. He's a general contractor and an investor, both locally and internationally. He owns a senior living center. He's done tons of commercial properties. He has commercial properties and projects that he's working on in Durham and Asheville. So that's Monty from the Raleigh area. We also have Tiffany Elder, who is a Black female licensed general contractor. She is an investor as well. She owns multifamily properties both in the state and in Chicago, or in the city and in Chicago. We have Ocean, who is also a local investor. His story, he participated in our Realtus Week Building Black Wealth Tour. His story is incredible, and he has multifamily properties throughout North Carolina. Flo, help me out. We also have a lender, Greg Pitcher.
Yep. First Community Mortgage. Yes. And so Yeah, we're excited about that one because that right there, that resource of learning, okay, well, commercial property, but how do I buy it? Right?
Yes,
Like,
yes.
so very critical. And his son as well, Nicholas
And
Patton. I was going to say Hayden. Yes.
Hayden
Nicholas Patton.
Mhm.
Yes. So
And he's also an
also
investor.
multifamily. Yeah, so
And we have
that's our
some
panel.
great, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Mhm.
What'd you
I
say?
said that's the panel.
Yep. And we have some great
Mhm.
sponsors as well. So we have
Mhm.
Greg is one of our sponsors. Investors Title is one of our sponsors. So they'll be sharing information to there. And Self Help Credit Union is providing us with the facility because it's actually going to be located and be held at the Self Help Credit Union Community Center at 302 West Main Street. And we'll get started at 9 o'clock. And then State Farm is also a
Mhm.
sponsor. So
That's right, with Melvin Green. Yeah, Melvin Green the third at State Farm. So we're excited about the sponsors because these are people who we use in this experience as real estate investors, right? And even with Investors Title, they're actually going to take the stage a little bit and talk about 1031 exchanges. They actually sponsored and spoke at our Tribors Friday networking event for Realtist Week, and just the room was just filled with so much knowledge and that powerful dynamic information. And we were like, we have to bring them back for this Juneteenth event because, knowing that you can take a regular single family property that you have currently 1031 exchange that into a commercial property, right? That right there is like, wait a second. So I don't have to start with a commercial property to then 1031 exchange to another property. I could start with a single family that I already own, sell that and buy a commercial. And that's the stuff that y'all, I'm just so excited, just bursting with excitement.
I'm excited because I missed that one. And I was so jealous because I kept hearing about the information and how excited they were to talk about it and everything. So I'm selfishly excited that she's going to be there too. So, and so out of that, I've had the honor of talking one on one with Tiffany, and she gets really granular in terms of who she is and how she's done it. So I know you guys have really matched that and made sure that these people are truly pouring into and not doing high level hypotheticals, but really digging into the details. Would you say so?
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because I think what the other inspiration for this event was the Achieving Black Excellence in Real Estate panel that we hosted back in February 8th for Black History Month. And that panel, it's funny, Latrice, remember we were having this conversation of like, what do we want to do? Do we want to do something for Black History Month? What does it look like? We just kind of like winged it and we're like, okay, let's put this panel together, and
Amazing.
between our minds of who we know and who should be on there, we got some really cool people, and that's how I met Monty. I was on that panel, and we had Walter Snowden on there, and just knowing how the amount of people that showed up for that event, and we're like, we need to emulate this again. And at that time, we didn't know we were going to make it into this multifamily commercial thing, but that coming together, we're like, okay, this stuff right here of putting these types of people in the room in front of people that look like us to give us the information we need to build wealth ourselves, because we know about the Black wealth gap, right? That gap and how it's receding further and further. Unfortunately, we're not hearing data show that it's growing. Oh, not growing, sorry. It's not closing.
Right.
Instead, it's getting wider, Yeah. And so this right here is what the Triangle Wealthy Group is all about. Bringing wealth to our community here, especially locally. We've got to do it for our community. And that's why the Juneteenth date was so critical for us to make it happen.
I was going to ask about that date, why the date, but of course, we're looking at really celebrating our true freedom and generational wealth, passive income, creating a legacy. That is all a financial freedom and creating another type of freedom for us and our families.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
that's why we wanted to do it on that day.
Okay. So what are your goals with this? If what do you want people to walk away? Is it just a feeling? If it's is it knowledge? What would just really satisfy your soul for those that are attending the event?
For me, it would be them getting the knowledge and acting on it. For them to call me in 30, 60, 90 days and say, I got my first property because I came and attended this workshop. That would be like
Mm-hmm.
butterflies for me to hear,
Yeah.
to have somebody call and say that.
Yeah. For me, it would also be a new growing network, because the other part of this top that's in the title, because it's a long title, the last part of it is and equity partnerships.
That's
So we
true.
want people to remember, like, hey, the people in the room, we're telling you that you don't need to have $500,000, $800,000 to go buy a multifamily commercial property. Like, we're telling you there are people who are here, or people you can tap on the shoulder and say, hey, I'm interested in purchasing this. Can I become an equity partner? And they're going to be breaking down what equity partnerships are, right? And so whether it's your ability to contribute 10,000, 20,000, or maybe it looks different. Maybe you have a skill you could bring to the table where you are providing some sort of service towards the project, and it's not necessarily monetarily. All of this stuff is negotiable. That's what the whole conversation is going to be about, right? So we're breaking down multifamily commercial real estate investing, but we're also talking about, okay, well, if I can't get into it, if I can't have the down payment or the money or that sort of stuff, how can I become an equity partner in this hotel, resort, apartment complex, yada, yada.
Okay. So I'm walking away with not just information, but an opportunity to bring my little bit to a lot that could create.
Mm-hmm.
Because I
Mm-hmm.
know, Flo, you're thinking in the back of my mind, if I can get LaRonda off the fence to do or something, then I will have one.
Girl, listen, 6 unit in Wilson. Are you interested?
I am being completely transparent. I'm just gonna throw my own self out there, as they say, under the bus. Flo will be like,
Mm-hmm.
if LaRonda calls me and says she did a thing, then it was that was worth it as well.
We did it. We mission
You and
accomplished.
me both,
Okay, I'm
Rhonda.
done.
But see, I wasn't gonna put you out there. I was willing to sacrifice myself, but I know, like Latrice, she's showing us up. We got to make this happen this year.
But what
Mm-hmm.
I love about this too is the transparency,
Yeah.
because a lot of times we see people have done XYZ, they've achieved such and such goal, but all of these panelists are very transparent about the
Mm-hmm.
process,
Right.
the trials and the tribulations, and that they would do it again. So that's also encouragement. So I love that transparency that is shared, because then it makes it feel like it's really something that you can accomplish. And like Flo said, you don't have to have $100,000 in the bank or $50,000 or whatever. There's
Right.
ways to create this opportunity, and I love that you'll be able to show young people, because that's another like passion. I love working with like young people that buy their first homes, and then older people, maybe 60, 70, that have never owned a home. Those two things. And then if they get into this commercial, multifamily commercial,
Yeah.
yes, because it's never too late or too early.
Mm-hmm.
It is not. I saw something not too long ago where it talks about it was like a meme or a reel where it said, someone delayed going into medical school. They had graduated, going through the biology program was just too much, and people told him that he would never go to medical school and become a doctor if he took that gap year. And it was like,
Mm-hmm.
God's timing is different than everybody else's timing. So it's never too late to get started. And I know for me, I'm in that phase where I have, and Latrice, same with you then, we've been helping people buy and helping people achieve their real estate goals when it comes to the passive and creating that legacy. So Latrice and I are attending that event coming up on the 19th as well. She's not just putting it on, but she is speaking into herself, and I'm doing the same. We've got to make this happen for ourselves, because having side hustles or diversified income is great, But that passive stuff is what we got to look forward to.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I want to insert something here too. One of the things that I love about these panelists, because we've worked with them, right? They're not just strangers to us, is how they share the good, the bad, and the ugly. And honestly, that's some feedback that we've had from our last couple sessions too, of the, having these people speak on some of the events we've had, because they're like, I like how they shared how it wasn't all sweet and fuzzy and great, that they lost and they gained and they went through downfalls and they came back up again and they were depressed and da 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 da. You know what I mean? They talk about all of that because real estate investing, like any investing, is a risk.
It is.
It hurts, I mean, listen, I got my own trials and tribulations I've faced from my first two properties, and it is not always a butterfly filled journey. And so going into something bigger than residential single family is even more of a stake. And I'm excited to kind of like dive deeper into that and hear from these people, because we're not just going to be selling you a beautiful picture. It's going to be selling you the reality of real estate investing, but most importantly, seeing these people who have endured this cycle after cycle, through the 2008 housing crash, through the 2011, through all of these years, and that they are still here in this game with equity appreciation in spite of the losses. That right there. That right there. So you guys got to come out.
That's golden, because people like social media, you see the glossy side. You see how people have made it, but then you don't know the challenges that they've learned from, because you either learn or you just quit, right? But people have experienced the challenges and they're being really real with it, but you also see how they have persevered and they're having success. So what is it? You can't, it's not good. If you quit, it's never going to happen. So I've had the information up here. Early bird ends on June 7th. Register at twgpresents.com. I always want to put .org, my nonprofit brain, I guess to say. But twgpresents.com. Registration is, what is it, $20 early bird? And that's $10 off the regular price.
It is. So in addition, I was going to say, in addition to the information and the networking opportunity and being up close and personal with these, we're also going to provide breakfast and lunch. And then after lunch, we will be able to tour at least one, maybe two multifamily properties. So it's going to be multifaceted in that event. So it'll run from 9 to 3. So please be there no later than 9. We're going to have breakfast right at 9 and then get started.
Y'all be there at 8:30, because you're going to show up at 9 and then you want to go through the breakfast line when we should be getting started at 9. And I need all the information. So be there. Right. So be there 8:30, 8:45, get your food so we can get started. Yes, I'm fussing.
Yeah. And plan to park at the Corcoran Street parking garage. And walk over to the, because it is downtown Durham. So.
Yeah. Okay. So
that's everything. No, I was just gonna say that's it. So you're gonna have $20. Like Flo was saying, how much was this? You had this free class, and we're not gonna try to reel you into anything where you got to spend
literally. Yeah. And we've had that feedback. Yeah, we've had that feedback as well from our past sessions. People are like, I love how you guys just give the information and you're not trying to tease and bring us more. Listen, again, the Triangle Wealthy Group is genuinely, truly here to serve our community. Our license is to sell real estate. That's it. We're not trying to create programs and teach and coach and all that sort of stuff. We genuinely like to bring, like, as much of the time as possible, free education. But in this scenario, we're providing you a dynamic day of free food. Well, not free food, but food and a tour, And so we've made it as affordable as we can, So yeah, absolutely come out and be with us in the room,
Well, I can't say enough about it. Essentially, you are, because where can I go and have breakfast and lunch for $20?
You listen, I paid $300 for my real estate investing class last summer, and I got no free food all 3 days. 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. was the whole 3 day week. No free food. They're like, all right, break for lunch.
And go find your food.
Go find your food.
Go find your food. So I'm getting breakfast and lunch for $20. But most importantly, I'm being fed by people that are in real estate investing. That is food that's going to sustain me and really sustain my financial goals and my vision for my family's legacy. And we're going out to tour kind of hands on to see some of these properties. I'm assuming projects of somebody on the panel.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
$20.
Yeah. In
Y'all,
other words,
that's gonna be the best $20 you can spend. $20.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Get it before June 7th, y'all.
Get it before
$30.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'll be, but still, even $30.
Mm-hmm.
You can't even get a full dinner for $30, but okay. All right. So what I also want to do is to lift up also that one, we are all real estate agents, and I have always loved how we collaborate with each other. It doesn't matter what brokerage we're with, what we're doing. We see the vision and we're helping make it happen. And if you are interested in learning more about this event, or if you're looking for a real estate agent, I've got two ladies here that can assist you. So Latrice, Flo, give your information real quick.
Latrice McFadden, you can call or text me, 919-730-0803. You can go to my website at makeyourmove.biz, or you can email me at latrice@latrice.biz.
Yes, Flo Jacques here. You can text me at 919-213-8659. My email is flo.jacques, as you see it on here, which is with a dot, at exprealty.com, or you can go on my website, thefloestates.com.
Thank you. And as always, I'm LaRonda Scott with Daymark Realty. You can reach me at lscott@daymarkrealty.com, or my number is 919-623-8798. We don't just sell houses, y'all. We help people capture their dreams, and we would love to help you do that. But let's get started with this event being brought to you by the Triangle Wealthy Group, powered by EXP on June 19th. Get your tickets. Any last minute words before we shut it down?
Come out.
Yeah, come out. I'm so excited about this event and look forward to seeing everybody.
All right. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate you. And as always, it's great to see you.
You too. Thank you so
Thanks
much.
for having us.